Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. And I have not done a top traction video in a while for an indoor court, as you guys all know, because of the pandemic. But I've been on an indoor court and I've been playing there, and I've been bringing a whole bunch of shoes in to try and test all the shoes and see which shoes have really good traction. And this is my list. This is what I've come up with. So if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I'll leave a link in the description box. And of course, as you guys all know, traction is one of the most important aspects for a good performing basketball shoe, in my opinion. Like, if a shoe has bad traction, it's just, I don't want to play in it. Everything else can be nice. Support, fit, cushion can be amazing, but if the traction just isn't good, I don't want to play in that shoe. And I feel like that's the case for a lot of people as well. So yeah, pay attention to this list. There's a lot of good performers on this list. So I got two tiers. And let's get it started off with the New Balance TwoWay. The TwoWay is going for 140 bucks. There are some pretty cool colorways coming out as well. 140 bucks is a little expensive, but anyways, traction on that shoe is really nice. I would say it picks up a little bit of dust though, right? So on a clean court, it has a very nice, very solid bite, but on dust, it picks up dust pretty quick. And also I found myself wiping. But once I wiped, I had a few good stops and it wasn't a huge deal, especially like the sliding out. But because it is a little bad on dust, that's why it's in the second tier, right? But the TwoWay, another good thing about the TwoWay though is that you have that like kind of outsole curvature on it. So you kind of like teeter on that like pivot point in the middle of the shoe. And that feels nice. It reminds me of like a lot of Kyrie's. Alright, moving on to the next shoe, we got the Kyrie 7. It's going for 130 bucks. Phenomenal traction, right? But the durability is terrible. I played on outdoor court. I ran through that traction like nothing. Like it was like butter, you know. So that was really bad, and that's why it's in the second tier. But there are some really good aspects of the traction pattern on the Kyrie 7. It's a super aggressive traction pattern. Has a really good stop on a clean court. I found myself needing to break it in a little bit, but once I did, it has a very nice bite. Dust also wasn't a huge issue, but just because of the durability, like even playing on indoor court, the Kyrie 7 didn't have the best durability for some reason. It's like, are you serious? Really, Nike? You know? But other than that, the Kyrie 7 has really good traction. Just watch out for the durability. All right, next we have the UA Spawn 3. Super cheap shoe. Is coming in at 100 bucks. Really good traction, solid bite on outdoor court, very durable as well. And then it has a really good bite on the indoor court too. I just found myself having to wipe pretty frequently, just like the TwoWay. Not a huge deal, like I didn't need to wipe like really frequently and very often, but I still found myself having to wipe. But once I did, I had a few very good stops, and then on the clean court it was really good as well. Also, another plus is that like it has a little bit of rubber coming up on the medial side, so you get extra grip when you're doing like these types of movements, you know. All right, moving on to the first tier, and let's get it started off with the Puma Clyde All Pro, coming in at 130 bucks. Very good traction, like phenomenal traction. Has really good stop on a clean court. Dust pickup, not really at all. I found myself wiping after like 4 to 5 plays, which is not very frequent at all. So on dust, very good performance. And as far as the durability goes, durability was pretty good as well. You know, I actually played on outdoor court with the Puma Clyde All Pro, and it was fraying off. It definitely wasn't the best for durability, but it could hold its own. And I feel like the occasional outdoor use should be okay with that shoe. So the Puma Clyde All Pro, really good traction. All right, next is the Curry 8. Under Armour Curry 8, 160 bucks. It is kind of expensive, but insane bite, guys. On a clean court, it almost stops too hard. It stops way too hard, and like sometimes it would hurt my feet, you know, just because of how hard it stops. That's how good the stop is, right? On a dusty court, I also really didn't have any issues with dust. It still bites through dust, which is insane. So I love what they did with the traction there. And durability, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best for outdoor use, but it held its own surprisingly, even though it's just the foam. And yeah, so durability also was good. I don't know how the Kyrie 7 was so bad, even though it's a rubber outsole, and then the Curry 8 was actually pretty good for durability, even though it's a foam. But anyways, the Curry 8, extremely good traction pattern. All right, next we got the Nike GT Cut. It's 170 bucks. Really good performer, just like the Curry 8. And the bite is insane. You know, on a clean court, you have a very nice, very hard stop. On dust, it picks up a little bit more dust, I would say, than like the shoes that I mentioned before, just a tiny bit more. I found myself wiping a little bit more frequently than like the Curry 8 or like the Clyde All Pro, you know, but it's still like not that frequent. And as far as the durability goes, I don't really know. I'm sorry, I didn't really play outdoors because it's an expensive shoe, you know, but my guess is it should be okay because the rubber compound is actually pretty damn hard, and you have a lot of grooves where the high wear areas are. So durability should be pretty good in that shoe, but on the indoor court, it has really good performance for traction. All right, next we got the KD14. KD14 is top tier traction, stops really well, never really picks up dust, you know, and it just bites through that dust. But like I don't remember like wiping at all. Like I just play ball. It's just a really good bite through dust and also on a clean court. As far as the durability goes, durability is you know, I only played a couple of times outdoors, and it seemed to like not be terrible as far as like the rubber ripping off or anything, but I definitely wouldn't say it's a really good option for outdoor use because the rubber is pretty soft. But other than that, I mean, like it still held its own for durability, and like on a clean court, just the bite through dust and like the bite on a clean court is just really good. So the KD14, you're not gonna have any problems. And also, as you guys all know, the KD13 is really good as well, and it's on sale for like $100, you know, 90 to 100 bucks. So I would definitely recommend, if you're trying to save money but you want a really good performer, the KD13 is still really nice. The traction is still top tier, bites on a really dusty court, bites really well on the clean court, and durability is still pretty damn good on the KD13. So don't sleep on the KD13, it's still available, you know. All right, next we got the Zoom BBNXT. I don't really like playing that shoe because the cushion is just a little unstable for me, you know. It's just like really soft. It's super comfortable and there's a nice bounce to it, but on the lateral side and the heel, I just didn't feel comfortable. Like I didn't feel that comfortable playing it, you know. So that's why I don't play in it, but the traction is insane. Like a really hard stop on a clean court. Doesn't really pick up dust all too much, you know. I would say I found myself wiping like every 2 to 3 plays. So just a like very infrequent wipe and you should be good on dust. And then for durability wasn't the best. The rubber was ripping off and stuff, and I did play on outdoor court mostly on that until like recently. So durability isn't the best, but it wasn't like terrible like the Kyrie 7s. And then last but not least, we got the WOW AC9, one of my favorite shoes to play in. Insane bite, guys. On a clean court, it has a really good stop. It has a very nice high-pitched squeak as well. On dust, I would say it picks up a little bit more dust than all of the other shoes here in the first year, but like not terrible, right? So maybe like every play or two, I would find myself wiping, but it wasn't to the point where it's like if I let dust kind of build up on it, or if like I couldn't wipe, it wasn't like a dangerous slide out. It would slide out a little bit and I would be like, oh shoot, and then I would wipe and I would be good to go, you know. So it wasn't a huge deal, but you definitely do need to wipe a little bit more than the other shoes on the first tier. And also, as far as the durability goes, durability is good. You know, I had really no issues. Like I always say, Chinese companies make very durable outsoles because of the demographic in China. So, you know, like Chinese people, they usually play on an outdoor court, right? So durability should be good. So the AC9 has very good traction. But anyways, that's pretty much my list of top tractions that you can get right now. Again, if you guys do want to cop any of these shoes, I'll try to leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.